I'm going to demonstrate for you now how to put a background on this very attractive dog. And what we need is a medium tone background so that we can see the white as a contrast and we see the black as a contrast. So what I'm using to start with is 230 in the Faber range, which is a light cool grey. And the reason I'm using this one is we need a cushion colour. Now, cushion colours, as you probably know by now, if you watch other dens, are colours that give us a really good key for the stronger tones that we're going to put in. Now you need to put these in quite solidly. Now it doesn't necessarily need to press hard, you just need to keep working it until you get a good coverage on the paper, because we don't want the darker colours to touch the raw paper. So that's what we're looking for. And then once you've got that in there, you then blend it with your finger. It will have created quite a lot of dust, as you can see there. Well, it's a good idea to get all of that dust, or as much as you possibly can, into the picture. Now, when you come against this edge, use just a little bit more and go right against the edge and touch the edge of the subject like that. And again, blend with your finger, because I'm going to show you how we can make that really attractive later on. But that's how we do it. Now, as we come up, you'll see that here I've left some of the paper showing through. Well, I don't want to do that, so cut in and make sure that you get a good coverage. If you have a problem, you can also use, if you've got one of these, you can use one of these, which is the colour shaper or a paper blender or any blending tool, and that pushes it up into the subject. Again, what's important is we don't want any dark colours hitting the background. As we proceed, I'll do a tiny bit more for you so you can see how that works. Nice and strong tone. Cover it, paper as best you can. Use your finger where you can. Where you can't, use a colour shaper just to push it in. Lovely. Now, I'm going to do that all round here. Now, I've got the last little bit to do, and once again, right up into the colours on the animal. And blend them in. Now already you can see the benefit of that. We have a lovely subject. It's not cut off too much, but I'm going to make that even better than that later on. But all the way around you can see that there's contrast, but there's not enough contrast, so we need to darken it a little more. So I'm going to put a bit of grey in as well. I'll do it this side this time. That would be about right. Let's just go round the snout so that you can see how much better contrast we have if we use that. Now this can go all over as well. So let me do that. Rub it in just the same. Now it rubs in really well because we've got that light grey cushion colour underneath it. So you'll get a lovely contrast, and you see the difference between the contrast here and the contrast here. It's not really dark, but it's certainly dark enough. And you can't avoid having some of these colours touching the subject. So, but don't worry about that, because I'm going to show you in a minute how you can bring all that back again. We can go back over the subject, bringing all those colours back. Just looking at that nose really needs to be just a little darker there, because the white starts here. I'll just show you what that means. You use a little bit of colour shaper there as well. That needs to be dark, and just here I want it to be light coming from there. This is what I'll be doing in a minute when I show you how we put the finishing touches to the picture. But the grey, that sort of grey, I don't want it any stronger than that, all the way around. That's final little section, and we're finished. Now, I would suggest that you settle for that. It's a very simple background with colours which work really well, and with the animal, and we have enough contrast. So I would suggest you leave it at that. Now, what about down here? I was mentioning this to you. What we do here, I bring a little bit more white in, like that. And here we bring some more grey, but a little bit stronger this time to go across that edge. And then use the 181, which we've used before, to go on top of that, like that. Now this is where it gets tricky. Let's start with the white. You bring the white back in and make it look a little bit like a cloud. See how that now disappears into the cloud? This is more difficult. If you turn it on its side, catch the edge of it, like that. And run it down, like that. Now that looks pretty good, but I think we can do better. So just pull it just a little bit more, so that what we get is this effect. We can always bring in the light colour which we used previously if you want to, but I would settle for that because I think that that looks pretty good. It's possible just to pick up from using the 181 just the very edges of it. Don't go right over to the background, but just pick up the edge like that. So what you're left with is just a fused edge down there. Now, it's not easy, folks, but as you can see, it's possible. And that looks great. Now, what about all the edges? When you've gone round with the background colours, you almost certainly have touched some of the areas. So, and I'll just see another area. Let me just show you what I mean. This is something you'll find as well. That's not quite gone up close enough. So, a little quick repair job. Use a bit of grey, mid-grey, and go in, because I'm going to go over the top of this in a minute with some hairs. There we are. That's better. Right, now what do we do here? Well, I would use the 181. I wouldn't use the black. And let me just start here. What we're looking for, and keep the pencil on the paper and twist it. It doesn't have to be that regular. It can just be however you want it to be. And stop there. Now that looks great. Now that's all there. We've already done this bottom, so we don't need to do the bottom. Let's do the side. And then what I'll do is I'll go right round the animal, showing you all of the edges, including the white and the dark. But don't use black here, it would be too severe. 181 works better. When you get to an area like that, which is not really quite the same as the hair, and when you come here, again, we don't want that to be like this, so just bring that up like that. And you can see, you might well be able to pick up on the screen, there's a little bit of background colour there. Well, that will disappear like that. And they can go back into there. Now the white. The white is probably easier than the black, to be honest, because all with the white you just need to just touch the edges in like that. I can see, you see, the background colours affected that too. But there you go. And just there, a bit of white there. And the snout. Like that. Well, I might as well show you all this now. I've nearly finished. There we don't want any hairs particularly. We just want a line like that. And there you go. Now, what about the nose? I'd use the dark colour again here and just pick up any areas like that where you have a fluffy bit. That's good. A little bit of white. I've already done this once. I haven't do it again. And the chin. Now the chin can actually have some hairs in it, so let's just show you how to do that. Use the pencil again, twist it as you do it, but just instead of making it a line, make it look like hair. And there we are. There we are, that's now finished. And I think you'll agree, that looks pretty spectacular. There is only one thing that I will show you, and that is there are a few little hairs on the animal, so let's just put a few. Don't overboard here, just a few, and there's a few coming from here. Just makes it look just that little bit real. There we are. Now the only thing is I've got the top of the head, haven't I? I've missed that bit. Let me show you. 181 again. And I don't think I went down the ear, did I? I think I got carried away showing you the hairs. And again, around that edge. Like that. And I think that is finished. I think I did the hairs here, didn't I? Yep. Perfect. Now that's worked out really well. I hope you've enjoyed that. It's been a great subject, and as I say, there are demonstrations on the ears, the eyes, the fur and the nose, as well as the background. I hope you enjoyed doing them all. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.